has revealed some Christmas storylines that we're going to delve into in this episode. And we are going to speculate about when it's going to air on Christmas Day. The one's been confirmed. We were slowly getting more and more news, so we thought we'd do it in a bit more of like a normal sized video just to explain a couple of things. So first, when is it going to air? People have looked at the calendar, looked ahead, and they have seemingly figured out that it's going to air at 10 p.m. on Christmas Day. Now, I'm not going to take that entirely for like 100% accurate, because last year it was on at 9:45. The time does fluctuate sometimes. So as of now, we can generally predict it'll probably be on 9:45 or 10. As that's how it's going to last couple of years. That's how it'll probably continue to go, as obviously someone's probably going to die in the Queen Vic at Christmas. That's my Alfie Moon impression.
Richie, fucking getting you. Well, don't forget what you. Well, I know of 2 programs that are airing on Christmas Day on BBC One, and it's
There's Doctor Who. That's going to be on at Christmas.
Doctor Who, Strictly, and I'm going to do the
Call the
motion.
Midwife.
I'm going to do the motion. Come on.
Does that air on fucking? Strictly's on fucking Christmas. Everything's on at Christmas, mate. I'm watching all the shows. I'm gonna be so fucking busy that day. Get back, gotta watch Christmas Strictly. Fucking get back, do that. Watch fucking Doctor Who Christmas special. Fuck,
Wallace and Gromit.
And then I'm not watching Wallace and Gromit. And then I gotta fucking watch EastEnders in the live stream that will be happening as and when the episode airs. Kind of like the celebration of the year of us doing another year of the show. We'll be doing the Christmas live stream on YouTube, maybe on Twitch as well, but probably mainly on YouTube. So everybody get excited for that. So yeah, all in all, probably going to be on 9:45 or 10. I would like it to be a bit earlier. That would be lovely. Wouldn't mind it being on at 9. That's after Watershed. It's fine. You can get away with anything then.
Look, just because you go to bed at 10, Grandpa, okay?
I got shit to do, man.
I know.
I'll be banging out the fucking workouts on Boxing Day. I will not.
Look, I understand you be eating too much turkey, okay? But still. Anyways, I guess we'll go into this article. Will I read it? Do you want to read it?
Fuck it.
Piggy's reading it.
Alright, the article. Alright, I'm sure. Do it.
The BBC One soap has a tall order to live up to the climax of the Sixth Mystery last Christmas. So the male character to die to be revealed to be Keanu Taylor. And his killer ultimately turned to be Queen Vic landlady Linda Carter. The explosive Christmas sparked months of future drama for the Six, and has impacted Walford ever since. This year, the Yuletide storylines look to be different, with a fresh new revelation due to a long-running affair between schemer Cindy Beale and former stepson Junior Knight being exposed. Here's everything you need to know.
You scheming schemer. Good wording.
Here's everything you need to know about Christmas in Albert Square this year. EastEnders Christmas Preview 2024, number 1. Number 1.
Number 1.
If you're reading this with me, whenever we get to the numbers, can you do the numbers?
Yeah. I'll do a little spiel about this story.
Cindy Beale and Junior Knight's affair is exposed on Christmas Day. Of course, there was only ever going to be one headline this Christmas: the shocking affair between Cindy Beale and her former stepson Junior Knight. The pair's illicit affair will be spectacularly exposed on Christmas Day. Fans will remember that Bird recorder Freddie Slater inadvertently caught Cindy on tape confessing to former lover and Ian's half-brother David Wicks that she's been sleeping with Junior, but also still in love with his dad George Knight, despite being engaged to Ian Beale. This tape will be played on Christmas.
Fucking famous bird recorder Freddie Slater.
I love the wording on this. The tape will be played on Christmas Day, and all hell will break loose among the Beale and Knight families, and soon fury and accusations will dispense in every direction. Will any relationship survive the turbulence to come and cut offence spiral even more dangerously out of control? Okay, you thought.
All right. So thoughts on that? I thought it was going to get revealed at the wedding. But ultimately, I think it's a better choice to have it air on Christmas. Yeah, sure, it's been long running. Everybody hates the Junior Cindy affair. Nobody really likes Cindy. She is a massive bitch. But now it's been stopped for a while, and Cindy's trying to break up Elaine and George. Anyways, I think it's the perfect time for Junior to suddenly settle in to life with George. You know? He's been your best man at the wedding. We're doing so well, aren't we? Look at how far we've come. Christmas Day, Ian at the head of the table, probably like George at the other, probably eating food together because extended family. Fucking pregnant Lauren here, which is also probably going to get outed to the family soon. Fucking Anna plays one of the CDs accidentally. She misplaces it. She wants to play That's What I Call Christmas. Absolute tunes on there. Fucking wants to play that at Christmas. Puts it in the fucking player. Oh, mama. Out it comes. Cindy saying, yeah, well, I always... Well, mostly the bit about her saying... Yeah, see, the problem with sleeping with Junior is I was just thinking as George. It's fucking jaws dropped. Piggy in the corner, fucking me in the corner putting the gravy on the fucking thing. Like, what bloody hell? Fucking Elaine fuming. George, what the fuck's going on? Junior just like, oh fuck. And Cindy just sat there, all the fucking shit thrown in her face. Imagine. That sounds fantastic.
I mean, they gotta recreate the Christmas all-7 every couple of years, and I'm here for it.
Well, they're not going to do it the same way.
I know they're not going to do it the same way.
They can.
I know.
But it would be a shame if you didn't refer to one of the most iconic Christmas things just ahead of the 40th. It's the perfect time to not rehash it, but once again, just like 2022, where Scarlett has the picture of Janine hiding the fucking shit in the bins with the picture of Frankie. You know, the Bird CD's about. And it's when that's going to get unsheathed. I think it was hidden in Mick Carter's Die Hard box, which is, as everybody loves to say, it's the best Christmas movie it is. Yeah, all right, mate.
Okay, continuing on. Can you do the number, please?
Number 2.
Denise Fox to get a very different Christmas to last year. One person.
Somebody's gonna go up her chimney tonight. No.
Smashing.
Indeed.
One person who looks set to have a much happier Christmas this year is the long-suffering Denise Fox.
She hasn't had a good year, has she?
Nah.
She's had she covered up a murder. She had a mental breakdown. Got divorced. Fucking her daughter caused a crush, which has nearly jeopardized her life, and her stepdaughter is now in a wheelchair, and you don't know how long she's going to be in there. She's not had a good year. You know that old adage that things can only get better
before they get worse.
Things don't always get better, but maybe it will this Christmas for Denise.
Right, give me a second to scratch my head. So continuing on, following on the filing for the divorce from husband Jack Brannan, the upcoming weeks will see it explored whether a spark still exists between her and bad boy Ravi Gulati, despite the.
I was here for it last time in February 2022.
I remember February 2023. I
remember when Jack and Ravi had a fight. And Jack lands one good punch, and Ravi's just ripples up and takes off his fucking shirt. All right, mate. Got any fucking problems?
Level.
Hulking up. He got battered, did Jack.
Whether a spark still exists between her and bad boy Ravi Gulati, despite the fact that he tormented and blackmailed her, don't go there, Dee. Yeah, our beloved Dee will find herself receiving a very unexpected Christmas present from an unlikely gift bearer. Just who will it be? As a result, Denise will find herself enjoying a very different Yuletide season compared to the previous one. You know, where her marriage was falling apart and she almost killed Nish Panasaw, then became a member of the Six, covering up the murder of Keanu Taylor. Could Denise be
Also, her husband cheated on her with Stacey Slater.
Could Denise be set for a renewed Christmas passion with Ravi, or will she find her way back to Jack Brandon? Also, I need to pause this very quickly because your camera froze. Could Denise be set for a renewed passion with Ravi, or will she find her way back to Jack Brandon? Or could we be about to get a whole other surprise? I would take his box.
I don't know. I like Ravi, but it feels like the end goal for Ravi is to be with Priya in the end. So is this just like a little hurdle on the fucking obstacle course? But I don't actually like Ravi that much as a character. He's a bit of a prick. Like he's a bit of an asshole. And I'm not even trying to be crude or anything, but he's just a knobhead. He really is. He was like, "Oh, Ravi, are you struggling?" "Yeah, well, fucking you're struggling in a fucking minute. I'm just asking you a question, mate." "Yeah, well, don't fucking ask me the questions." Fucking hell, all right. We're supposed to be best mates. That's all of his interactions with fucking him and Zach. I said, "Don't fucking talk to me like that, you little bastard." Fucking I just asked if you want a cup of tea, mate. Fucking hell. But Ravi and Denise, I mean, look, in the Denise needs some good loving. She's had a rough year. She needs some fun. She needs a spring in her step. Will Ravi do that? Probably not. But at least she'll have fun doing it. I always thought that Denise was probably going to get a new like character as a partner for a while. Like, I kind of everyone on the square, who would you really pair Denise with? Like, that's the problem. Like, she's been with basically everybody else on the square. Not in like a bad way, but she's been with Ian. She's technically been with Phil. She's been with Jack now. Everybody else is generally taken.
Yeah, I don't. I'm looking forward to this. I'm a fan of Ravi and Denise. And to quote Ash from last February, "Where are the affairs? I want affairs." Continuing on, the next one.
Number 3.
Ghosts from the past to re-emerge. Here is sexy Keanu Taylor, Danny Walters.
He is dead.
Oh, what? What?
No, now, of course. Keanu, not the actor.
Yeah, yeah, he's dead. Sorry, you just froze for a second. So I was like, what?
Yeah, I was having a panic too.
So here's Keanu Taylor looking sexy in that suit. I can say that because I'm talking about the actor. A much more ominous tease from the BBC Soap. Bird is the word. So for the Christmas season, is that ghost from the Christmas past will come back to haunt the residents of Walford. Do we take this literally to mean characters who have been shuffled off this mortal coil, such as the murdered Keanu Taylor, or Linda being haunted by the continued grief of losing Mick Carter, and then in brackets obviously Danny Dyer? Or could this refer to the return of old faces such as the still imprisoned Bianca Jackson or villainish Nish Panasaw? Either way, it's spelled.
Someone's mentioned fucking Bianca to get that search engine optimization in there. Why the fuck's she involved? Why is she in this fucking conversation? I mean, it's an interesting point, right? We have generally teased, and everybody is under the illusion that Linda will face like a Christmas Carol type fucking Ghost of Christmas Past scenario. But will they be physical ghosts of people she's had to run into? Like, you know, Bernie could be a fucking ghost in a sense. Been tormenting her the entire year. Like, Nish could get out of jail for some reason. Maybe someone dies. He's out on, like, curfew to go to the funeral or some shit. Don't think that'll happen necessarily. And, fucking, what if, like, Aunt Babe? I don't know what Aunt Babe... I'm just going for abstract things, all right? It doesn't need to be these characters. But, like, these could be people who are still around that could possibly, like, prove of the bad decisions. But, as she seemingly is continuing to drink herself into a near death, and that also being pretty heavily teased, will it be Keanu? Will she see Keanu being, like, drunk off a fucking mind? Will she see Mick Carter as a ghost, as a hallucination? Who else would she see?
Lady Di, Hot Lips.
Maybe like Shirley could be like a ghost of Christmas past. Or maybe she sees the future where she drinks herself to death, or she neglects one of her kids and her kids is fucking dead. It would be really dark and bleak. But Linda's so far gone at this point, she needs something to fucking remind her that life is worth living rather than dying. But yeah, will it be an actual, like, physical, like, people who are still alive of a ghost of Christmas past, present, and future? Or will it be a reality if it keeps going, if she keeps drinking herself to a grave?
Anyways, continuing on, the next one, please.
Number 4.
Phil Mitchell faces loneliness and suicidal ideation. One of the two. Sorry. Meanwhile, it's already been reported that Phil Mitchell will suffer from loneliness this coming festive season, as previously hinted in past episodes.
Yeah.
While the Walford icon has many family members on the square, he currently has no romantic relationships, and most of his children are no longer on Albert Square. And as the winter nights continue, Phil will be continued to be depressed and lonely, experiencing feelings of suicidal ideation. With Phil's loved ones on the square, such as Sharon Watts, Billy Mitchell, and Jay Brown, be able to help him. The Smartins are available 24/7. If you need to talk, you can contact them for free. Call them 116-123. Email shows. Yeah, there you go. You can do that.
I mean, like I said, I don't know if it'll be a long-running loneliness storyline, or it will also, similarly to the Ghost of Christmas Past, Christmas Carol, where he very rapidly gets quite sad and realizes that if he drinks, he will die. So he then just struggles it out and starts to believe and starts to idealize not living anymore. Once again, a very bleak Christmas story, but it's also perhaps just a Christmas story. Like, maybe him... I don't know, I don't see it, like, I don't see it going for, like, a year. I see it going to the 40th, and then he kind of starts to get better, and maybe, like, a Grant returns at Phil's lowest to kind of, maybe Grant shows up with Phil's, like, grandkids, or shows up with Louis, probably not Ben, but gets like a call from Ben, but, like, you just hear him saying, "Oh, hello, Ben." Fucking, it feels like that would be a really cool way to bring back Grant for the 40th, but probably not this Christmas. This Christmas will be the very bleak. His mum died the same way. Maybe he starts to think it's time. Maybe he doesn't think it's there anymore. But I do think that Teddy will also play a fairly big part in it, because he's kind of the new, like, head of the Mitchell family, essentially. He's taken that mantle. But I do think people won't realise before it's a bit too late. But in the end, the family will band round Phil, because as much as he acts like he's, like, like he's sticking through it, maybe he's not struggling as well as he'd like to, like, have, like, appear. But alternatively, it'll be a very bleak Christmas for Phil, for sure. But once again, Steve McFadden, fucking incredible actor, will handle it tremendously.
Continuing on. Next one.
Number 5.
Linda Carter's Downward Spiral. It wouldn't be Christmas if Linda Carter weren't facing new life-altering drama. And it looks like this year will be no different. fresh from tormenting, the return of Bernadette Taylor, and the discovery that her
Oh,
father.
of the past. Is there a chance we could see like a imagining Linda's dad? You know, that could be an interesting conversation where Linda is like, "Did you actually love me?" You know, we introduced that character as a pretty like big plot point for both Elaine and Linda. It feels like it could be a pretty interesting angle to go through.
And the discovery that her father had been secretly gay and having an affair throughout her childhood. Linda has once again uh, succumbed.
Succumbed.
Succumbed. Sorry,
Yeah.
alcoholism. In the coming weeks, Linda looks set to spiral as she sparks further concern among her loved ones, including Mom Elaine Peacock and her close friends Alfie Moon and Sharon, and faces further humiliation. Could Linda be pulled back from the brink, or those much reported filming photos of a funeral featuring the returning Carter family members shown to depict the end of the Watford icon truly? Linda fans were worried. And that's it.
And that's the general question, right? Do we think Linda's gonna die? I think it's the interesting hot button topic. Do we think Linda's gonna die? Because let's reframe it as Linda is pretty much been the main character of this Chris Crenshaw era. She has been a focal point and has been a very, very important character throughout the last 10 years of the show. Linda's been one of the, like, always had a good storyline, always had something going on, and they're still, like, you know, you can tell they're good if they realize we need to build another family around you. She's had 2 families built around her, for fuck's sake. Like, you know, that's how important she is to the show at this point. Would it be the right time for Kelly Bright to bow out as Linda? As a temporary thing? Sure. And by temporary, I mean she can fuck off like a year or 2. You know, fine by me. But it's an interesting thing. Like, people think maybe to have a big impactful thing, you want Linda to die and kind of be like, all right, this is the end of the Linda era. She's gone now. But also, it kind of ruins the potential for a Mick and Linda reunion later down the line.
Yeah,
What do you reckon?
I agree with that wholeheartedly. According to Alfie Moon, something big happens in the Queen Vic on Christmas Day, in the Queen Vic, on Christmas Day, in the Queen Vic, on Christmas Day, in the Queen Vic, on Christmas Day. And so I'm wondering what that big thing that happens in the Queen Vic on Christmas Day is.
Plus, you would have to imagine there is going to be a callback to last year with the sick stuff.
There has to be. Probably stay another day playing on the speakers, you know. Stay there.
But like even so much more, like, but like perhaps Linda dies in a similar way, like, you know, maybe not dies, but definitely because the whole thing was like made men get what they deserve, but everybody involved in that storyline has fucking had an awful year. Everybody's struggling dramatically. But yeah, carry on. Sorry.
So I would love to see, like, I know he said he wouldn't come back, and he said he'd be up for coming back. So it all depends on that ching ching for Danny Dyer. Just put it out there. It all depends because, you know, you can say I fucking hate this show, but if they pull up with a dump truck full of money, fucking love this show, lad. Fucking way. But as
Best soap.
Yeah, the soap. But as I was saying, Danny Dyer, I would love if he was like a ghost where she sees him and then her dad and then possibly Keanu. Like Keanu torments her, then she sees her dad who she tries to talk to. Then obviously she sees Mick, who's like, it's okay, Elle, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like. I don't know if Danny Dyer.
I think it would be a pretty cool thing to do.
Yeah, it'd be like the gross of Christmas past. Obviously, if you're doing it with Phil, you get.
I mean, Phil, you don't necessarily do the Ghost Christmas Past. You just do the Christmas Carol, where he starts to realize I've caused most of my suffering. I should really be nicer to people. Yeah. And then suddenly, when he's nicer to people, people actually like him and want to hang out with him more.
Yeah, I do like that. I am looking forward to Christmas this year. I don't know if it'll live up to 2023, but then again, it can't really. That's the thing. It has to be its own.
It'd be very hard to do.
It
But
has
even
to
then,
be.
so we still have the 40th anniversary on the way as well.
Yes.
So,
So something big might not happen on Christmas. It might happen on the 40th.
and let's be honest, there's also a high chance that Reese and Sonia kind of comes to a head at Christmas or the 40th.
Yeah.
Because it feels like at Christmas, Sonia maybe she gets released early and fucking suddenly, where the fuck's Bianca? You know, where's Bianca, Reese? You set me up. I didn't do this. You've been hiding out. What the fuck have you been doing? Feels like there's a high chance. But unless there's anything else, I want to just recap all the stuff that we've kind of mentioned. First and foremost, we can speculate that the time it will be on at Christmas. This is all speculation. It's not really necessarily confirmed. It's just heavily implied. It will be on at 10 p.m. on Christmas Day. There's a chance it's on at 9:45, but we will obviously do a video when the schedule is released fully. And what storylines are going to happen at Christmas? Junior and Cindy's affair is going to be revealed on Christmas Day. Denise is set to have a bit more of a happier Christmas than previously. Will it be Ravi? Will it be Jack? Will it be someone else? Time will tell. Ghosts from Christmas past will emerge. You know, will Linda see her dad? See Mick? See Keanu? Time will tell. Bill gonna contemplate suicide. Getting extremely lonely. How will he handle it? And obviously Linda's downward spiral, going further and further, deeper and deeper into drinking herself into an early grave. Will she be stopped, or will she have to be stopped forcibly? Only time will tell. All of that and more this Christmas on EastEnders.